Having to pee. I wish I could just teleport it out of my body instead of getting up in the middle of the night. It's always at the most inconvenient times as well. I work at a restaurant. I hate throwing away so much food. My mom grew up on a farm where they used every part of the animal and crop they could, chicken feet and cow tongue, anyone, so she is vehemently against food waste. I hate throwing food out so much that I'll eat around the bad parts. My mom and I will have a weekly food about to go bad. Do you want it? Swap. When we go to friends' houses and see them toss stuff like it's nothing, it crushes my soul. Edit. Weird autocorrect. Shaving. You can skip that. My period. Couldn't be anything other than periods. I hate my periods, cramping and backaches. Being broke. No matter how much I save, it never lasts long. Literally, I feel poor all the time despite being part of a high income household, and I don't even feel like I overspend that much. Cutting my toenails, even if it's just like a once a week activity, I hate it. Once a week? What kind of turbo nails do you have? Household chores. I swear I just did dishes and washed the floor, but I've got to do it again. It's the to-do list that never ends. Yes. Taking the trash out. Where is all of this trash coming from to fill it so quickly? I just took it out. Waking up. Never in my life have I woken up happy. Not one day. It's always like fuck. Work. I had to scroll a lot further than I expected to see this. Work is the #1 worst part of my life. Having to take keys out of my bag to use them. This is not something I would have thought of myself, but yet so true. Having to dig them out of my purse and all the chaos inside of it makes me angry. I'm a server. I hate when I start to greet a table and they cut me off to say I'll have a water with lemon. So rude. I've never worked in customer service, but I've never understood why people think they can be so rude in these scenarios. Getting the door knob stuck in my sleeves. I think I'm missing something here. How does that happen? Do you wear long, drapey sleeves a lot? People walking backwards into me. Sorry, I would like to apologize for earlier. I really do. Sometimes my brain is quick in giving a signal to my feet rather than my neck. Societal expectations. The heat. The sweating from the heat. Waking up at 3 AM and not being able to fall asleep for 40 minutes. OMG, I hate when this happens. I just keep tossing and turning and never fall back asleep, and it's so uncomfortable. Strangers telling me about the shape of my body. Like, who are you to tell me what I look like? Dudes shouting at me from moving vehicles. Yesterday I was pulling out of a drive-thru, going slow so I could put my straw in my drink. This 30-year-old, I'm 19 and could look 16 depending on who you ask, dirty looking dude in a pickup truck whistles at me. I look up, and he's smiling at me, like I'm going to be interested in him. God, it absolutely blows my mind. I would never think of doing something like that. It was just a whistle, but it made me so uncomfortable. Struggling with controlling my anger. Try to take a moment to yourself when you start to feel irritated / angry / frustrated / etc. Like, for example, say you need to walk out of the room and comfort yourself and give yourself some empathy, validating your feelings before it escalates even farther. You can even try to understand why people do the things they do and being empathetic even. Dropping things. Losing things. I like to joke that I drop everything I pick up and lose everything I set down. I lose everything, I swear. When I think I finally have control of where I left things, I lose them again. I wish everything had a tracker. If food has been ordered, expectation that I, being the woman in the room, will be the one who'll open the box and serve. My ex, we had just recently begun dating, had the boys over one evening and we ordered pizza. It came and no one made a move to go get food, and I was bewildered. Eventually I went and got my own plate, and my ex said, "You didn't think to get me a plate?" I laughed at first, then I realized he was dead serious, and one of his friends had nodded in agreement. My response was, you've got legs, and you're a grown man. If you're hungry, you can get your own plate. I'm not a servant or a mind reader. His friends never let it go and never liked me. I told my female cousin about it, and she was appalled by my behavior. I don't get it. My kids fighting. FFS, just quit being jerks to each other. Have you tried using jumper cables, /s? Getting out of bathtub after a hot bath and passing out there. I like a hot tub, haha. Such low blood pressure. Strangers approaching me and starting conversations at the grocery store. Imo. Sometimes I like those conversations, but it really depends most of the time. Going to work. The patriarchy wins.